Dementia residents are required to adapt to an extraordinary set of circumstances, difficult in the extreme for many, but there are two skills which help enormously in this ability to be able to adjust to this new way of life. And they are the skills to accommodate and tolerate. And the reason why, the people that can accommodate to the routine of a dementia unit and who can tolerate the disturbing behaviour in a dementia unit are the ones that are able to adapt. If you're not able to adjust to these circumstances, the change of routine, or the people that you're living with, it's extremely difficult. There was one man in the army who said, "No problem here, just like the army." He loved the routine. But some people do find it very difficult to adjust to a completely different routine that they're not used to. If they've been used to getting up at 9 o'clock in the morning, and now they're having to get up at 7 o'clock for a shower, it's a big change. And if they're having to now have 3 meals a day when they're just used to 2, and light meals at that, it's extraordinarily different, let alone having to live with so many people in close confines. That's the big thing, because many of these elderly women with Alzheimer's have been living on their own for many years. Husband passed away, now they're in the unit because they haven't got any other support, and they've been living alone and maybe happily for many years. And now all of a sudden they're in the same room with 30 people having breakfast, lunch and dinner together. It's a massive change. And of course, they need to be able to adjust to that, because if not, the stress levels go up, the cortisol goes up, the autoimmune system goes down, chest infections, anything can happen after that. So one needs to try and adapt and adjust to the degree that at least my emotional system can be in a reasonable state. I mean, nobody's perfect, and it's very difficult, especially on admission, to keep emotional stability. I mean, most people coming in have emotional flare-ups, and that's really expected in a sense. I mean, the most level, stable-headed person coming into a dementia unit is pretty, some achieve it though, I have to say, incredibly. I have witnessed that. Incredibly strong-minded people have managed to keep that stability way through, but most people are emotional when they first come in, and staff certainly accommodate to that, and dementia residents also try and support as best as they can. So it's accommodating to the routine, breakfast, lunch, dinner and cares in the morning. I mean, if you're not used to getting up at 7 o'clock and there you are whipped into the shower, hair getting washed and all the rest of it early in the morning when you've hardly woken up, that is quite a challenge. Mind you, if you can see your mother is not managing with the early morning cares, say to the staff nurse or the carer, "Could my mother please have the cares later in the morning or after breakfast so she can better adjust to the situation?" You can request these things, and this helps a lot for your mother to be able to adapt and adjust without having so many major changes that she's having to accommodate to. Now, tolerating disturbing behaviour, this is just part of living in a dementia unit. Unfortunately, there are certain residents, often less than a handful, who are very emotional, very upset, call out a lot, shout a lot, and you're in the same lounge with them all day and being subjected to this ongoing, noise, aside from the other noise that's going on, like kitchen clatter and medication trolleys and phone, so much noise. In a dementia unit, it is noisy, layer upon layer of noise. But if you've got disturbing residents shouting as well, that really is, the hair on the camel's back, because all the other noise has to happen as part of a medical facility. But with the shouting on top of it, to try and relax and unwind, which, you try to do in the day, to have a good day, you've got someone shouting in your ear or just behind you, to tolerate that is difficult in the extreme. But dementia residents manage it. That's why they all deserve medals, those that can manage it. They try so hard, they make so much effort. to be able to manage and cope living in a dementia unit. You know, it's not a small thing. They really do deserve absolute congratulations, because to manage just even a day in a dementia unit, if any of us had to, you know, go into a dementia unit and manage one day, 8 hours there, which you have to when you're working. It's very challenging working there, let alone living there. So they deserve our support. They deserve all our support. So I've written about this in the 2 books, Residents' Voice, Residents' Rise, everything in the description below. Companion books, good read. So please subscribe. Thank you for your support and pass on the links. Thanks.